Hello, and thank you so much for joining Lessons Learned today with the Community Lady. Today's segment is sponsored by Healthy Communities Coalition, where we discuss and work on community health matters. We are joined today by Miss Ashelle Henry, and I'm especially excited because I have known Ashelle since she was in elementary school, when she was in the summer camp, and she would tell the camp counselors that she was going to take their jobs. Right. So then, ever
Because
since
I
then,
was.
exactly. So ever since then, we have just been, we've been working together in one capacity or another. She was one of the founders of the Bella Edison Youth Council. I almost forgot. I was going to say Youth Collaborative, Youth Council. So I shall welcome. Please tell our viewers just a little more about yourself. Introduce yourself and share anything you like to share about your background working in community.
Good afternoon, morning. I'm not sure when you guys are going to be viewing this, but like Ms. Taylor said, my name is Ashelle Henry, and I have been knowing Ms. Taylor for a while. A little bit about myself. I like to say, since the youth, I was glued to Miss Taylor's hip, but she told the story right. I was in summer camp and I was going to take those people's jobs and kind of took their jobs in some other capacities, doing some other work with Miss Taylor. But at a very young age, I got engaged in doing like some community service work and just some community engagement pieces. I went to the great Baltimore Polytechnic Institute, and then on to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Even while on the Eastern Shore, I got bored within like my first couple weeks at college. So I decided to join some groups to continue to do some community service work, whether that be volunteering at the Boys and Girls Club close to the university, or building homes with Habitats for Humanity, or even volunteering at the nearby hospital, just sitting in with some residents. After graduating, I continued to do great work with Councilman Danielle McCray within the second city council district. And I'm actually currently running for the 45th District Central Committee, just to continue to help out with that community service work and then, voter registration.
Wow, that's a lot. Look, that really is a lot. And who would have thought? Well, you know what? I would have thought. I really would have. I mean, I didn't know where your skills and career would take you, but it's a joy, and it's wonderful just to see how you are growing. And I know that you're still on ground level. Right.
I appreciate that. It still surprises me till this day. And oftentimes, some people who don't know me, they think, "Hey, this is her first time in it." Nah, sis. I sat in the grant writing rooms.
Exactly.
I wrote the letters.
See, exactly. Exactly. See, exactly. I'm glad you brought that up, Ashelle. I forgot about that. I mean, no, really. I mean, you're right. I remember it was you and Brandon and Ivory who went there. We were with Youth as Resources, and where they were training you on how to write grants, because those grants and those projects, had to be originated for youth. It was for youth by youth. They had a youth board. That's actually a program I would love to see us do. Um, but and I'll leave it at that. That's just some food for thought. Of course, there's someone I think mowing in the back. But okay, great. Well, tell me, out of all of your lessons learned, I know, I can only imagine, but that there have been challenges, because there are always challenges whenever people work with people. But can you share one lesson that you've learned? And the lesson can inspire, can inform, it can comfort, advise, or just anything that you want to share with someone who's currently working in the community. Perhaps they're struggling and they want to give up. That's just one scenario. Or someone who's interested in working in community or with community.
One lesson learned, I guess I would say, make sure you know your why whenever you're doing anything for the community, especially because a lot of times you may feel like you're not getting the support that you're supposed to, or you're not able to find like those resources. But if your why is strong enough for you to continue to push through, I think that'll help a lot of people, because sometimes you just decide to do something because you see it's an issue but you haven't, dug deep and down into like the bottom of the issue. For instance, when we built the playground, it was a problem with the kids in the street. And instead of us just saying, oh, we need to call the police or they need to get off our streets, we saw the need to redo the playground to give them that space.
Absolutely. I'm just smiling, right? So, I'm going to make certain that your pretty picture is up top. Although we can't see you, but the people see your picture. I have a lot of things. I think I have one of the projects that you have. I don't know if I still have them, but I know when we did work with Art on Purpose, I have some pictures I can throw into this video. Just showing you in action in Bel Air Edison.
Oh Lord, I'm nervous. I don't even know if I know the person in those pictures no more.
With your consent, of course, I will share it with you before sharing, before sharing broadly. But I really like that, to know your why, because you have to, I'm assuming this, fill in, but, well, you tell me, I don't want to fill in, so how has knowing your why helped you to keep going?
So I would say no, I would say my why is pretty big. And my why is basically because of who I am. I would have probably never liked doing stuff for the community if it was never introduced to me, but I like community things. So I think it's a love that maybe I would have never developed if I didn't know who you were. But I would say, with knowing it's just like with anything you do in life, there's a reason that people do things. Sometimes people are just doing things just to say, I did it. But if you're doing it for the actual betterment of your community, for the betterment of your child, or just because you want a place to be safe, healthy and things like that for other people, then yes. But if you're just doing something to say that you did it, I don't really see like the value.
That is really something, Ashelle. So, okay, but I really do appreciate you coming in and joining us. I want to share this with you because even at my age, it's so funny. I'm participating in this program where we're actually talking about, it's a leadership program, and I've never been fond of the term leader. Like, I've never said to anyone, "Hey, I'm a leader." The title has been ascribed to me, but I never say that because I believe anyone can lead. And it's what we should be doing. But I took this assessment. It's called the Clifton Strengths Assessment. And it really helps you to identify your leadership styles and sort of, not why you do what you do, but why you do it the way you do it. Okay. It identifies your strengths. And it's so good because what I discovered, what I recently discovered even at my age is that I've been doing this work because, like you just said, there's no way I would have ever decided to work in the community. It was such a strong calling for me. And I learned that I do it because I think it's the right thing to do. And I want to be right. And I think it's our responsibility. And I want us all to get along. And I want to connect people and resources and, to build, because we all deserve to live, quality lives. We deserve for our children to play on safe playgrounds. We deserve to be healthy. So I just wanted to share my why. Thank you for making me, really think about that and unpack it a little bit. That's good. Well, that's really good. So do you have any final thoughts, any final words you want to share?
I guess my final thoughts would be, to get out there and do it. Even if you don't think that you'll like to do it, or you might think it's too small, people, we haven't, just like COVID was very infectious. People, when people start doing good work in one area, people start to see it, they start to notice it, and they start to want to take a part of it. So if you see a need for a change, I will definitely say, pick up your boots, grab your mask, quotation marks, and get to work.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you so much again for joining. Again, so for anyone who wants to share their lesson learned, please contact me. If you want to learn about other topics or discuss other topics, drop those below as well. Until next time, keep doing, keep moving, and keep shaking things up in your communities. Peace.
Working in community, no place I'd rather be. Working in community. uplifting, loving, setting free. Don't know where